We're still green across the screen. The Dow Jones Industrial is up about 16 points. The S&P is up about 7 1/3, and NASDAQ is just up 70 points. Now a report from the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine concluding that greenhouse gas dangers are, quote, beyond dispute. However, Energy Secretary Chris Wright is calling that, quote, nonsense. Listen.
So Al Gore's nonsense is exactly what got us in this position. You know, he started peddling climate nonsense 20 years ago. The Arctic was going to have no ice anymore 10 years ago. Well, this year we had well more ice than we had 10 years ago in the Arctic. He just started to peddle this nonsense. No problem, with lots of government money, we can change the energy system. Well, $5 trillion of global expenditure later, and congratulations, wind, solar, and batteries are almost to 3% of global energy. We're just trying to bring back common sense. Get people to talk about what we actually know about climate change, a slow-moving, gradual phenomenon, nowhere near a crisis or a disaster.
Former EPA Chief of Staff Mandy Gunasekara joins me now. Mandy, great to see you. What do you make of this report?
Yeah, I think that top line conclusion, it's worse than nonsense. It's an outright lie. And if you look at any of the scientific assessments around climate, it says as much. Secretary Wright is exactly right that there is no crisis here. But the people who wrote this report, you have to remember, they have benefited from the status quo, both in personal relevance and probably personal wealth to some degree. So they are trying to continue to push this information. And there's also a political piece of it. They know that President Trump wants to get rid of the Green New scam, that President Trump wants to get rid of regulations like the endangerment finding that are not justified by sound science and the facts, because he wants to reindustrialize this great country and to bring back jobs in important states across the Rust Belt and rural areas like where I live. And they know if they can push this climate misinformation that they've had the benefit of being the only people the media would pay attention to for years, that they can continue to be a major barrier to that goal. But the good news is Administrator Lee Zeldin, Secretary Wright, they are committed to sound science, true assessments, and that's why you're seeing a serious change in the agency's regulatory approach to these issues, including climate.
Mandy, there have also been various Supreme Court decisions, new consideration about whether carbon dioxide is really the polluter, the creator of greenhouse gases that earlier science has said. And then there is also a change in attitude, particularly on the part of the Europeans, about natural gas. In some quarters of Europe now, they're calling natural gas one of the green energies because it burns so cleanly compared to coal or oil.
Well, and we've known that for such a long time in this country. The reason the United States leads the world, mind you, in overall greenhouse gas reduction, these aren't my words, these are the words of the International Energy Agency from a report a few years ago. The United States leads the world in those overall reductions because of more integration of natural gas into our energy systems. President Trump understands this, and he understands that traditional energy sources like coal, oil, and natural gas provide the type of energy that we need to power this country to greatness and be a serious player in the AI revolution commitments he continues to make. And the best news is we know how to do this while continuing to protect the environment and protecting public health. You just need a balanced approach, a realistic approach, that which both Administrator Zeldin and Secretary Wright have clearly embraced.
Got another one for you. The EPA upholding a major rule to hold polluters accountable to clean up forever chemicals linked to serious health risks. Is this the right move? Again, this administration is seen as just in favor of anything that pollutes by the critics. But in this case, they're focusing on cleaning up a serious problem, no?
Yeah, they are exactly taking the right approach. And what Administrator Zeldin is doing here is he took time to finish a comprehensive assessment. The issue about forever chemicals, PFAS, PFOA, are some of their more technical references. It's not whether or not to regulate. There is broad consensus around that, both on Capitol Hill and across the administration. But it's what is the standard and what is the timeline for compliance, considering the cost. And this is where Administrator Zeldin, he had a front row seat on this issue when he was in Congress. He was a founding member of the PFAS task force. And so he's intimately familiar with this. He just wants to ensure that local municipalities and farmers, quote unquote, passive users of these substances are not left with having to pay for the cost of compliance, which is pretty extensive. So they're making the right decision here. It's a reflection of this balanced approach and also a commitment to President Trump's direction to keep the air clean, the water drinkable, and our lands beautiful.
Final question. Is it conceivable, Mandy, that despite all of the critics saying that they just want to dirty up our environment in general, that this administration, we may end up with a cleaner environment at the end of 4 years?
Oh, I have no doubt we will. We set that standard during the first Trump administration, where you had massive economic growth and a continuation of reduced pollutants, air, water, and land. And one of the biggest programs that the first Trump administration and this administration is revamping is cleaning up legacy pollution through something called Superfund, and they've already shown a willingness and ability to get that done.
Mandy Gunasekara, great to see you, Mandy. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Still ahead.
Thank you.